Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how we're going to set up our Visual Studio Code, which is going to be used throughout this course. So first of all, we have to first know what these text editors, or let me say HTML editors, are. So what are HTML editors? HTML editors are software applications that allow users to create, edit and manage HTML documents. They also provide various features to simplify the process of writing and formatting HTML code. So what do I mean by this is just that HTML editors are just those apps in which you input your code and then you display them on your browser. So without HTML editors, there is nothing you can do to code HTML. So what's the text editor? It is also like an HTML editor, but then they are actually the same thing, but it's just another name for it. So the simple meaning of maybe HTML editor or text editor is that a text editor is a special application where you write your code. Simple as that. So you just have, it's an app where you write code. So you can see IDE on the screen. Yes, you can also call a text editor an IDE. An IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So popular HTML editors, we have different type of HTML editors. We have the applications, and we also have the ones that are online. So we have ones that you can download and also ones that are online. So a video has already been made on the one for people using mobile. So this one is for people using PC. Mobile is Trebedit. They're using Trebedit. So my assistant has made a video on how to access that. So I'm going to be making that kind of video, but for people using PC. And throughout this course I'm going to be using an application HTML editor known as Visual Studio Code, which is the first one that we have here. We have other ones like Sublime Text, Atom, Bracket, Notepad++, WebStorm, Dreamweaver, and a lot of them. So for this whole tutorial we're going to be using Visual Studio Code. So some online HTML editors are CodePen, JS Replit, Code Sandbox, HTML editor by Mozilla, and we have a lot of them. They are very much that you cannot start. If you start mentioning them, I will not finish it. So the next thing is that I'm going to be showing you how to set up Visual Studio Code. So first things first, I have downloaded the file. So it's very simple. You download the file on a very easy step. All you have to do is just go to Visual Studio Code website on Google Chrome or on any of your browser, and then click on download. And then once you download it, you have this setup right here. This one that I have here. Let me widen it. So you have this Visual Studio Code user setup. So all you have to do is just to click on it. So when you click on it, it opens up this for you. So all you have to do, you come down here to I accept the agreement. You click on I accept the agreement, click on next, click on next, click on next also, and I would like you to select all this. What are they used for? Create a desktop icon. So once you finish installing the app, you're going to have it on your desktop. Here you cannot see my desktop because let me come in. So yeah, these are my desktop icon. So when you finish installing it, you're going to have it on your desktop icon. That's why I would like you to select this, create a desktop icon, add open with code action with window explorer for our content menu. I'm going to show you what that does later, but then it will actually be good if you select everything, but note it is optional. You don't have to select everything. So then the last thing is to click on install, then wait for it. The installation process is very fast. It's not going to take a lot of time at all, so just wait. Then now that we have finished installing it, all you have to do is to click on finish. So when you click on finish, it's going to open Visual Studio Code for you. So before I did not have Visual Studio Code on my desktop, but then now if I go to my desktop, you will be able to see it. If I click view, so we're going to have Visual Studio Code coming. So have a seat here, so we have it here. So that's just the essence of that thing. And the second one, which was to show it in menu blah 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 that I told you to select, was just so that when you right click on a folder that you've created and you want to open a VS Code, you see this open with code option there. So that is what it is used for. So now we have to set up our Visual Studio Code. So the first thing first that I would like us to do is to customize it the way we want. It's not necessary we customize it, but then I don't like this, it looks dull. So we have different themes. There are a lot of themes. There's a light Visual Studio, there's a light the default setting, there is quiet light, there is solar light, there is abyss. So there are a lot of themes, but then me, I like using this dark high contrast here. So you can go through everything just by clicking the see more themes here. When you click on it, you just have to scroll down, check the one you like. So for me, I'm going to be using dark high contrast. And next thing is you select this. It's not necessary, but then you can just select this, then mark down. So there are some things that I'm going to like us to download as extensions on this VS Code to make our work easier. There are two main things. When you install VS Code, you are not going to have two things that are very essential, which is open in browser and also go live. So open in browser and live server, they are actually the same thing. They are, look at it, live server and open in browser. These two things are they are the same, they do the same, they have the same function, but then the only difference is that live server auto refreshes your browser for you. Later when we get on, I'm going to show you what that means. But then if you use just only open in browser, you have to keep on refreshing when you want to check your results again on browser. So how do you install this? Is just to click on this extension button that we have here on this sidebar. When you click on it, you I don't have internet connection now, but then when you click on it, just search for live server, then just here live server, and then when you see this, you see it on the first that's what will appear first after you search for it. So once you see it, all you have to do is just click on install and then wait for it to install. So before you can get started with anything, you have to create a folder. So you choose anywhere you want to create your folder. So for me, I like creating my folder in the desktop, on my desktop. So when I click on desktop, I create a new folder. It's very easy, just right click on new and click on folder. Then let me name it HTML 1.0 tutorial. Oh, I have that already. So let me just change it to another one, HTML tutorial. So now that I have my folder created, so if you are creating a website, you create a folder first. So all files that you're going to be using throughout your process of creating the website is going to be inside one folder. So you need everything to be in one folder. So then the next thing after you create a folder is to create files. So there are two ways to do this. Actually, there are three. We have the one that you create from here just by right clicking, click on new text document, and then index.html. So this index.html is not necessarily that you have to do index, but then this .html tells you that this file is an HTML file. If it's a CSS file, we will have .css. If it's a JavaScript.js, and so on and so forth. So it's not necessarily have to be index. You can make it any name. I can also name it home.html. So this is the first way of creating a file for your project. The other way is by coming to Visual Studio Code, click on new file, then click on Ctrl S, that's to save it. Then you come to where you created the folder. So I created my own folder in my desktop in HTML tutorial, and then I'm going to name it let me say index.html, and I save it. So we have it here as index.html. So automatically in this file we're going to find index.html there. So that's the two basic ways I'm going to be showing you of how to create a file. The third way is by using command prompt, but then that is an higher level. So for now this is all. So I'm going to be leaving just the index.html. Let me delete this. So we have index.html and we also have it open in. So now to open, let's say you did not create this file, you did not create it through VS Code. So to get access to it, all you have to do is just come to VS Code. You can do it in two ways. You can either open file or open the folder, but then the best way is to open that folder that you created on your desktop. If you open the file, there are some things that you need, but then you don't have access to it. For instance, now if I create another file here, create stars Control A style.css. So if I open file, instead of, if I did not open folder and now open file, if I open index.html file, so right here we're going to be having just, you see, no folder open. So you will not be able to have, you not have access to style.css because you have not opened it. But then instead of doing that, so you have to first open index.html, open style.css, open maybe script.js, and you have to now start opening all the files that you have inside that folder one by one. Instead of doing that, the best way to do it is just you come to this file here, because I don't have the get started page. So if you don't have this page, all you have to do is just come to this top left corner, click on file, then click on, you can open file, open folder. So I click on open folder. So then I open this folder, the folder that I created, and select folder. So automatically you're going to have both index.html and style.css. So, and also I would like you to have your autosave, because it happens to a lot of people that when they view, for instance, let me show you something. Let's say you are typing something here now, so it's not an autosave yet, but then like this now is not an autosave. How do you know that your file has not been saved? Had it been your file has been saved, you can see this circle that you have on this place. It will be times, let me save it. When I save it, it changes to this. When I make a difference, it will be this. So if, for instance, now if I write something inside it, let me say my first web page, and let me show you what I mean by opening in browser and live server. So if I open in browser, all you have to do after you download the extension to open it in browser is a very easy step. All you have to do is just to right click. When you right click, you find it here, open in default browser, and you can also open in any other browser that you have. So you can open it, you can select any browser. So I selected Google Chrome, so I just wait for it to load up. And also I'm going to go live, which is live server. You can do that in two ways. Once you download the live server extension, all you have to do is you can come down to this bottom tab here, click on go live, or you can just right click and then click on open with live server. And also we have shortcuts for doing that. So my I have it open here, my browser. Sorry, it's loading. So when you click on open in browser, it's going to open it up for you like this. So it's loading. You just have to wait for it to finish loading. And also live server is also open. So this tab here is for the live server. You can see it is faster. As I said, live server is kind of better because it is faster than if you use open in browser. It's taking a lot of time loading, but then live server has already opened it up for us. So that's the difference. And also, if you're using live server, you don't have to, for instance, now if I make a I want to use Chrome for the for open in browser. So just right click, open in other browser, Google Chrome. So you just have to wait for it to load, because I want to show you an example of what I mean by if it's a browser. If it's that you use open in browser, you see the same results here. The same results you have here is also going to be the same results that you're going to have for live server. This is live server and this is for open in browser. But then the only difference is that if I make a change now, or maybe I type any other thing, h1, let me say from DevHub. When I come to my live server tab, you're going to automatically see the change without having to refresh the page. Sorry. Oh, also now you can see what I'm trying to say about the autosave. Because I made a change to this file and I've not saved it, if you come to our live server up here, you cannot see it. Why? Because I have not saved it. But then if I should save it and I come here, we automatically see the change instead of having to refresh. But then if I go to the one I use open in browser, you will have to refresh the page again before you see the result, and that will take it wastes time a lot. So the best option for us is to actually use live server. So I'm going to continue my live server. And also, you have seen what I'm trying to say about the autosave. If I add another thing now, hello world, and I come here, you will not see it. Why? Because it has not been saved. But then when I save it, when we come here, you automatically see on the chain. So I'm just going to select autosave. All you have to do is just click on that file on this file tab here that you have on this top left corner, and then click on autosave down here. So now if you make any change, let me see, and I come here, so you automatically see the change without having to save again. Because most time you can forget to save, and then you open in browser and then you find out that what I'm doing is not working. You will not know that it's because you have not saved it. That's why it's not working. So that's the way we set up our project. Any project you want to do, that's the basic thing you have to do to set up your project. So in our next video, we're going to move on to the next thing that we have on our scheme of work, which is HTML tag. So thanks for your time. If you have any question, like I usually say, you can contact me or contact any of the group admin. Thank you very much.